Hi there, it's Billy Tarasio from Modern Law Practice, and I have spent the last couple days looking at the numbers and comparing 2020 year to date with the previous period in 2019 to really get an understanding of what is going on with the pandemic. How has the pandemic affected the number of leads, the number of clients? How is being distributed affected these numbers? Diving into that intake data. And I haven't been paying quite as much attention to the intake data because our larger KPIs of revenue and new clients and capacity is so good and has been so full that I haven't really dug into the intake data. And I was just curious. So here's what I found. 2020 year to date, number of leads, 1,091 leads. That is January through October, late October, mid to late October. And that is down 10% from last year. We have had 371 consultations during that time, and that is down 11.5% from last year. And this year, we have had 185 clients at about a 50% or 49.87% conversion rate. Now, all of that's pretty darn consistent with where I like our numbers to be. And so none of that's really surprising, although it was surprising to me that the leads were down because our profits are way up now. So in 2019, previous period, we had 1,215 leads, 419 consultations, and 268 clients at a 63.96% conversion rate. So we had a higher conversion rate last year. We've gotten pickier about clients because we're more full. Now, revenue wise, our revenue is up and profitability is way, way up. Why? Productivity. Our productivity has gone up. The number of hours that each of our attorneys and paralegals is billing or capturing is up. And that is consistent with the latest Clio Trends report and the Clio Trends report over the last 5 years that indicates changing the number of hours within a day that you capture and that you bill will make a bigger impact on profitability than anything else, more than the number of clients, um, more than the number of attorneys. Although there was some data about attorney sweet spots, and I do feel like we now have 8 attorneys, but that's relatively recent. I think once we hit 5, 6 attorneys, that's when we hit a place where we could get all of the attorneys enough support to be able to bill quite a bit of their time. Now, no one is expected to bill all their time, and we don't have crazy billable expectations. My goals for my attorneys and paralegals are to collect 90 hours. Bill 100 hours, collect 90 hours. That's roughly half of their time. I think a little less than half of their time. So, the other number that you've heard me talk about a lot is average client spend. And you also have heard me talk about how it was going to be important for modern law to do great work and serve a higher net worth individual and do great work on cases and increase our average client spend. That has increased, and it's only increased by about $1,000. So it went from 6,500 to essentially 7,500. And the way that we measure that is closed cases within the last 12 months. So it's a 12-month period of closed cases, and that gives us an average client spend. It went up about $1,000, and it made a massive impact on profitability and on revenue without getting that many clients. So what does this tell you? It tells you that you should really think about your KPIs and determine what's most important to you and then drill down. So when it becomes clear that intake is a problem because you're not meeting profitability, so you drill down. I found intake was a problem. I fixed intake. Profitability is now not a problem at all. I looked at intake, my numbers actually went down, but that wasn't an issue because the overall profitability and income numbers are there. And KPIs never tell a story in and of themselves. You can't just look at the number of clients. You have to look at the average client spend. You have to look at how long it takes you to process these clients. So lots and lots of interesting data. The other thing is I'm not I'm not spending less money on marketing. So I think, the decrease in leads and consultations really does reflect the increased competition and people slowing down when looking for an attorney. Also, fewer people are going to your website because they're staying on Google. So interesting stuff. I am excited to see if we can get numbers on the actual number of divorce filings. A friend of mine in Texas ran the numbers and found that the number of divorce filings in Texas was actually down. And I would be interested to know if that's true in Arizona as well. Certainly, we've read articles that said the divorce rate went up, but until we see the actual number of divorce filings that come out of counties, it's hard to say. That is it. An interesting update. And I would be very interested to know also what your KPIs look like year over year, year to date versus last year. I hope all is well and you're staying safe.